Hello, my name is Greg Owen and I am a Thompson Broker. I'm a real estate broker here in beautiful sunny Central Florida of a number of years, and I'm here to tell you today exactly what a Thompson Broker is, and if you're interested to hang around a few extra minutes, how you can take advantage of it, how it came about. So what is a Thompson Broker? Well, in very simple terms, it is a real estate agent or a real estate broker that does not become a member of the Association of Realtors. So I'm not a member of the National Association of Realtors, I'm not a member of the Florida Association of Realtors, or even the local branch of the association either. But I do have access to the MLS, and that's all I pay for. I simply pay for the MLS. So if you have a real estate license that you want to reactivate or you want to keep active without spending thousands of dollars every year, you can come and hang your license with me and you get to pay nothing. It's free. Now, if you want the MLS, you can have your own MLS system. You will simply pay for that. But for all of the other fees, you don't pay anything. Because the Realtor Association is a bit like a union, which is one in, all in. So if you go to any of the big real estate companies like Remax, Keller Williams, Century 21, you name them, they're all Realtor Association members, and as a result, you have to be too. Now, if you've worked for any of these companies as well, you'll also realize that they come with a bunch of other problems. I call them problems, fees, if you like, transaction fees, franchise fees, desk fees, whatever it is, and if you're not doing a huge number of transactions, it gets very expensive very quickly, and that's why the attrition rate on new real estate agents is huge. It's in the 80% rate for people after 2 years and no longer real estate agents. Now, obviously, you've got to do continuing education to keep your license active with the board. When I say the board, I mean the Department of Business and Professional Regulation. We will require that you maintain your license in good standing and do continuing education. But if you come and work for us, if you do 0 transactions a year and you don't want the MLS, you pay nothing. Simple as that. So how did this all come about? Well, I found out by accident, really. Some years ago, somebody screwed me out of some money. So I took advantage of some of the options that are available to realtors and went and made a complaint at the local board where I was a member. And after several weeks and waiting, I was called in to get a decision, stood in the reception area, and somebody came down and said, sorry, there's very little we can do because the person you're making the complaint against is not a member of the Board of Realtors. So we have no jurisdiction or authority over them. To which my answer to that was, well, then why am I a member of the Board of Realtors? Because I give you thousands of dollars every year, and one time when I need to use it, this is what you get back. I mean, I don't even want to be a member of the Board of Realtors. The only reason I'm a member is so I can get access to the MLS. At which point the young lady behind the reception desk said, you don't need to be a member of the Board of Realtors to get access to the MLS. You can be a Thompson Broker. The guy's face in horror looked round at her, and I realized I'd touched a nerve. So I asked her to give me a piece of paper, and I immediately wrote a resignation letter and said, you're not getting another penny out of me. I'll simply just pay for the MLS in future. All right, so how did this all come about? Well, it's kind of a sad story, really, but it started in Georgia in the early 1960s when the Association of Realtors for Florida, Georgia, and Alabama was racist. That's right, I said racist. There were no black members allowed to join the Association of Realtors in the early 1960s. Instead, they were encouraged to join a competing organization called the National Association of Real Estate Brokers, which incidentally still exists to this day and is predominantly black. Now, they have very similar codes of ethics, courses, and membership requirements and such, but the two organizations existed side by side into the early 1960s until Dr. Martin Luther King and the Civil Rights Act and the Fair Housing Act that became part of that Civil Rights Act dismantled all of that and did away with these ridiculous rules like you can't sell a black person a house in a white neighborhood. That's what the rules stated at that time. Now, of course, very little changed. The two boards went along side by side for a number of years until computers came along in the late 1980s. And a black agent called Fletcher Thompson, where the name comes from, sent off a check for a couple of $1,000s to the local board, metro area, which was in Atlanta, I believe, DeKalb County. And they sent it back saying, if you want to gain access to the MLS, then you need to be a member of the board of Realtors. Now, he sent it back saying, no, I really need this because all I need is the MLS. Otherwise, it's like trying to sell real estate without a car. And their attorney sent it back with a letter encouraging him to join the board of Realtors. Now, he was very upset about all of this, so he went along to an attorney and filed two federal lawsuits, one of which stated it was in breach of the antitrust, I think it's the Sherman Act. In essence, what they were stating was that you were having to purchase one product, the Association of Realtor membership, in order to gain access to another product, which was the MLS. And the second one was that they were trying to create a monopoly. And he won. The association appealed, and they lost. So hence the Thompson Broker idea came along. And I would believe at the hearings, and there's a link at the bottom of the page to the actual case notes surrounding this, but at the hearing that his attorney also cited that it was offensive to black real estate agents, especially the older ones that could remember this, which meant that they were forced to join an organization, an association that for many years was by constitution racist. So as a result of all of this, I am a Thompson broker and all I pay for is the MLS. Thank you, Mr. Fletcher Thompson. My hat off to you. You saved me thousands. To recap, if you want to keep your real estate license active, you wish to reactivate your real estate license, and you're in good standing with the Department of Business and Professional Regulation in terms of your continuing education, you can give me a call. Again, there's links underneath the video where you can contact me and hang your license for free. If you do one deal in 5 years, you will simply pay me a percentage of that transaction fee. Okay? If you want to do 2 or 3 deals a year, that's fine too. You can have your own MLS if you want. It's not mandatory. I could assist you if you were looking for a particular property at any one time, say it was for a relative or a friend or even yourself. So I'd be happy to set up some automated searches for you and assist you in doing that. But if you're doing several transactions a year, you might want to consider getting your own MLS and then having your own name associated with your listings and so on. I could also teach you how to get some listings, how to work with some buyers and various different things. So if you have any other questions, I would urge you to give us a call at the number at the bottom of the screen here. And I thank you very much for listening. You have a great day. Bye-bye.